Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me again today. Today we gonna break down a little bit of this Oklahoma versus Auburn. It's gonna be fun, man. So you already know. Grab a drink or two or three, kick back, relax, and let's get it, baby. All right, first of all, right off the bat, let me just say this right now. Oklahoma and Auburn don't have a lot of history, and whenever we do play Auburn, we win. Okay? So let's just throw that out there right now. Y'all know it. We know it. I'm not going to sit here and just be mean to be being mean. I'm just going to tell y'all as real as I can what I think is about to occur and why it's about to occur. Now, when it comes to Auburn and Oklahoma, man, two teams that was very similar last year. Once again, kind of like the Michigan. I kind of put all three of those teams in the same boat, Michigan, Auburn, and Oklahoma. Three teams with three good defenses last year. All three teams struggling offensively. Now, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a lot of, shit talking going back and forth from both sides. But, I mean, at the end of the day, do what you do. Just be honest with yourself. Don't just be saying stuff to say stuff and sound stupid as hell. If it ain't making any sense, then don't say it. Don't say it, man. For the Auburn fans who think that Oklahoma fans are just hating on Jackson Arnold, we kind of went through this a little bit, with Lincoln Riley when we was trying to tell USC fans what they was getting in a coach. They looked at it as though we was hating on him. We did not give a damn that Lincoln Riley left. We didn't like the way he left. As you can see, it worked out just like we thought. But Auburn, Jackson Arnold, like I said, me personally, I don't have nothing against him other than the fact that he single-handedly gave away games. You can blame it on, yes, we had serious issues. And yeah, the deck was stacked against him and Michael Hawkins. No wide receivers, offensive line, just decimated. Offensive coordinator, straight ass. It was a whole bunch of things working against Jackson Arnold last year. But that ain't got shit to do with him fumbling the ball off his damn knee up in Missouri. That don't have nothing to do with him throwing a pass backwards against Tennessee on our side of the 50-yard line. It's simply like this. Jackson Arnold cost us a lot of games last year. We thought that he would, come in and, have a couple of hiccups. That's why, early in the season last year, we kind of overlooked the Temple game. We didn't really start getting real concerned, and like I said, until after the Tulane game. That's when we realized we might have a serious problem offensively. And as we would see the season play out, that definitely was the case. We started hearing whispers in spring camp about how he kept turning the ball over and basically couldn't do anything. Not a thing. And so when we hear your coach, Hugh Freeze, say it at SEC Media Days that they talking about backing off that defense, taking it a little bit easier on him, keeping his confidence up, what do you think that Oklahoma fans thought? Same shit, right? Yeah. Well, here to tell you, we haven't seen anything so far that would suggest that anything has changed in his development as far as him reading defenses and coverages and understanding how to get the ball out on time. That was his main problem, always throwing the ball late or just straight up panicking after one read and taking off. And seeing the same things right now. Y'all haven't played anybody that could expose y'all yet, but I promise you, come Saturday morning, or Saturday afternoon, actually, when he goes to take off, there's a couple of things that you Auburn fans ain't realizing that's going through his head at the time. One, he knows those guys across from him personally on an intimate level, and he's about to get to know them on a level that he hasn't had a chance to experience yet. They actually get to knock the hell out of him when he tries to take off and run. He knows them boys over there don't play. Now, Auburn, I don't know. I'm sure, once again, we're talking about the Auburn fans. The Auburn players who are actually looking at that tape and breaking down the tape, they know what's on the other side over there. And believe you me, Jackson Arnold ain't no idiot now. He ain't finna go out there and end up in a damn body bag. Because I'm telling you, we got some hitters back there that are going to try to put his ass there. Exactly. So, when y'all are sitting there trying to figure out what is he doing on said play, he's out there trying to save his life and live to play another down. Because I'm telling you, he knows Michael Boganowski. He knows. He knows Reggie Powers. He knows all these guys. You know, except for the Predator, who played for OSU. And since we didn't play OSU last year, he hasn't himself played against OSU. So, you know, like I said, we're not over here just trying to trash Jackson Arnold. We wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't some validity to it. The dude's just not good last year. Not good on no level. Like you say, in the one game that, you know, he looked the best in was against Alabama because he was doing what he's doing now for y'all. Just run, throw at the bare minimum. But what happens when your defensive coordinator takes that run game away? Then all of a sudden, now you got to throw the ball. And I'm telling you right now, Auburn fans, you need to go back and look at some of those games last year, which I'm shocked if y'all haven't already. This is what shocks me, that y'all should already know this. Because anytime you get a new quarterback transferring in, if you one of the people that's actually watching this video right now, that means that you are pretty deep into college football. So you should have also went out and did your research on Jackson Arnold the second that y'all thought that y'all was going to be in the sweepstakes for him. And then you would have quickly learned, you know, that, yo, bro, this dude got some serious turnover problems. And I'm not talking, once again, some of the turnovers that man had nothing to do with who was around him. It was just straight up bad decisions and insecure ball handling, man. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I ain't gonna never forgive him for that Missouri game. It was just unacceptable. The backwards throw in the Tennessee game, like I said, man, that ain't nowhere in no one's playbook. That was a Jackson Arnold play that he drew up right there on the spot, and it didn't work. So anyway, so yeah, we're not sitting here just talking bad about Jackson, talking bad about Jackson. We try to tell y'all that, hey, if y'all think that we are worried about your quarterback, we are not. Wide receivers, them dudes, they almost as good as me. But, man, we have some good receivers here, too. And even if our receiving core wouldn't have got decimated last year, we still would have had the issue of his decision-making. So it still never would have got maxed out. And y'all going to feel that this year. Y'all, Cam Coleman and Singleton, they won't get maxed out this year. Because he ain't going to pull the trigger. Come Saturday, don't be shocked, Auburn fans. I'm telling you, the frustration is going to be real. I can't even tell you how many times we had meltdowns and was screaming, throw the ball. His own teammates, his own receivers, yelling at him on the sidelines. Dude, throw the ball. Have you ever played basketball and you had a guy on your team that was wide open all the time? The dude was a pretty decent shooter, but he wouldn't shoot the shot because he didn't have it right here, bro. It's that's the same way with Jackson Arnold. Dude got unbelievable arm talent. But up here, a little slow, man. Like I said, I'm not talking I'm not talking bad about him. I'm just telling you he processes the game slow. And that's going to get you hurt out here, especially when you're dealing with Brent Venables over here, man. So, and I've been hearing comparisons with Auburn. Let me tell you something. If Auburn and Michigan lined up on a neutral field tomorrow, they would beat y'all by 2 touchdowns, guaranteed. Because for one, the only reason why we made Bryce Underwood look the way we did is because Brent Venables. I keep trying to tell y'all, Brent Venables is worth a touchdown plus just himself calling the defense. But y'all don't hear me though. And another thing, y'all Auburn fans and podcasts, y'all just now getting hip to this, even though, once again, if you down here listening to this on this level, that means that you're a college football junkie. So you should already know that one of the top fan bases that will tell your ass like it is Oklahoma. If you come in here half-stepping with that bullshit, we will shoot that shit down. We don't play that. We know football. Now, yes, we got some unrealistic fans that just be talking, don't know what the hell they talking about. But every fan base has those dudes. But listen, when we tell you, man, if Jackson Arnold comes in here and plays the best game of his damn career and is just otherworldly, having an outer-body experience, yes, y'all could pull this off. But anything short of that, bend over and assume the position. Just assume the position, because it's going to be ugly. Like I said, not trying to, overhype it or any of that, man. I'm just telling you, we done seen a year and a half of Jackson Arnold. We could tell you, y'all think y'all know him after 3 games, bro. Let me tell you, we was in the boat with him last year. We know what it is. So, like I said, y'all can sit here and think that we just talking to be talking or we hating. We trying to let you know so that way when it happens, y'all not caught off guard and y'all have to spend all day Sunday and all day Monday trying to think of and figure out what the hell happened. Why did everything freeze up? Why wouldn't he throw the ball? Why was he scared to run? All these things are going to be an issue come Saturday. Now, there's a couple of Auburn podcasts out there that's been keeping it real and realistic. What was the name? Dukes? What was it called? Like Dukes the Scoop? They kept it real. They kept it neutral. They used real logic, and they both picked Oklahoma at the end of the day because they know how it is. They not sitting over here because I seen a dude right now talking about like, look, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, Alabama fans tried to tell us when we joined the SEC that y'all basically Oklahoma State reincarnated. And I mean, outside of a couple of seasons where y'all got a championship, Cam Newton, hats off, Cadillac Williams then when they put it down back in the day. But other than that, man, I mean, y'all being pretty average. You know what I mean? Every time y'all face us, it's usually when we have a lesser team, for Oklahoma standards, and we still put it on y'all. Every time. And it's going to be the same thing Saturday. Bro, listen. For all y'all SEC teams that think y'all can just waltz up in Norman and just get a win regardless of their location, y'all better put some damn respect on Owen Field. Ask Alabama. And ask all the people that done came through that damn gate in that locker room over the years. They done found out that, hey, it's hard as hell to win in Norman. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you come into Norman, if you don't have an elite team, you ain't getting out of here unscathed unless your name is Kansas State. We're not going to talk about that, though. Every team has another team that has their number. Hell, we got Alabama's number for whatever reason. They always seem to have more talent, and we always slap them. Unless you go back to the early 2000s when Big 12 was king, and we was king of the kings. So anyway, let's carry on. But yeah, y'all got to understand, and I know that y'all think, oh man, these dudes talk more shit than Alabama. They so cocky. Listen, man, I know y'all don't know, once again, a whole lot about winning, but when you used to winning and losing is not the damn norm, is, you got a confidence about yourself. And that's why I say, anytime you look at that schedule and it says home on there, that's already damn near a guaranteed win. Unless you are the year that Notre Dame came up in here and danced on our furniture. Like you say, a couple of Kansas State teams, but once again, I mean, they caught us in probably the worst defensive era of Oklahoma football. But at the end of the day, man, I don't know about y'all's home field winning percentage, but we don't lose at home. That is a rarity. You know what I mean? It's usually under extenuating circumstances when we lose at home. And this ain't one of those circumstances. You know what I mean? We should win this game. We should be favored to win this game by anybody's damn measure. And if you remember, it was just one short year ago when we was told that coming down to Auburn meant the automatic loss for us. We pushed back on that. Most of us did, OU fans, because for one, even though most of us don't know a whole lot about Auburn's history, that might be the reason why we don't know, because it ain't a whole lot of real good winning in there, man. I'm not trying to talk shit about y'all, but come on now, let's keep it fucking real. Like I said, let's just keep it real. Matter of fact, we came down there, Jackson bench with a true freshman going up against Thorne, who's a veteran, against Auburn in their own house with the damn eagle flying around the stadium, and we danced on y'all's furniture. But what I cannot figure out for the life of me is that as an Auburn fan, if you seen us come down there last year with a true freshman, no offense, and still get out of there with a win against a veteran quarterback and y'all being at home, supposedly stacked defense. Cam Coleman was there last year. What was the dude's name? The wide receiver, the three initials, KLR, whatever the hell. Yeah. We came in there with a true freshman and beat y'all ass. And y'all want us to believe that y'all gonna turn around and come into Norman and beat the team that did that to y'all, that's defense is even better than last year's defense. And now we have offensive firepower. And y'all want us to buy into that. Once again, make it make sense. The shit has to make sense. You cannot talk shit if it don't make sense. Yes, you can go out and say stupid stuff, try to get a hot take or whatever. But I mean, as long as you keep it real, man, I'm telling you, like right now, the way this is setting up, we should win Saturday. We smoke Kent State. We should go down to Texas. I mean, absolutely bitch slap them. Because if they can't put up more than 21 points, they stand no chance. And then we get to the worrying games, because Tennessee, right now, their offense can probably hang and put points up on any defense. We've seen what they did against Georgia. Y'all don't have that kind of offense, bro. And y'all going against, in my opinion, the best defense in the SEC. And even if it ain't, it's still one of the top 2 or 3. Now, I see that y'all sitting back, and a couple of y'all was talking about y'all's defense, but as I'm looking at this more and more, y'all secondary looks straight booty, man. They look straight booty. And we know they haven't really been tested. And then when they did, they got scorched by Baylor. And then y'all want to hang y'all hat on beating Baylor. Baylor's whole season was based off of hope. You know what I mean? What did Baylor do last year that gave you any hope that they was gonna, take another leap other than go out and try to make some moves in the transfer portal? And we know that's a crapshoot when it comes to gelling. Matter of fact, hell, we gonna have to do a video here pretty soon about a transfer that we got if he don't get his shit together. But anyway, but yeah, man. Like I said, man, I don't want to talk. I'm not talking crazy about Auburn. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. Like Tennessee, we probably taking the L. I'm just going to keep it real with you. We probably taking the L in that game. We'll see. Because, once again, we do have Brent Venables, and Brent Venables did get in Josh Heupel's ass last year. Even though we lost, he got in his ass so much that, initially we thought, okay, well, they took their gas, their foot off the gas pedal. No, but in reality, what happened was Josh Heupel realized that every time that Nico dropped back, his life was in danger, and that game was going to be in danger. And if Jackson Arnold wouldn't have single-handedly handed that game to them in the first half, they would have had problems. Because even when Michael Hawkins came in, he was able to move the ball, which is all he would have had to do, and not turn it over. And the defense kept putting us in winning situations. Turned the ball over, down in the red zone. What did we do? Jackson Arnold, next damn play, said, "Here, sir, we don't want this. Take it back." And y'all think that we don't remember that shit? So, look, man, I'm trying to be nice about it, and I love Jackson, but fuck that. He got to pay for that play. He needs to pay for the Missouri loss. So, yeah. And don't get me wrong, when he was on the team, I'm sure the defensive players, they was like, "Hey, man, we got your back," which is what they should do for a teammate. But he ain't their teammate no more. And first thing I would tell his ass when I seen him out in the field was, "Yo, bro, those games that I forgave you for last year, that shit back on the table, man. You got to pay for that." And then I take it smooth out. But anyway, let's see, man. Another thing you like to hear a lot about this is Auburn fans. They think that, and you hear it, well, he practiced against this defense last year all year, so he should know what to do. Once again, you don't do your damn homework. There is not a defensive coordinator in this country that schemes up a defense like Brent Venables. The next closest thing is Jim Knowles, and he is not on your staff. Jackson will tell you, I'm sure he's told, like I said, this is just to the fans. I'm sure he's done walked into Hugh's office and said, "Yo, man, look, we got to have a talk. I want to tell you what's finna happen to us Saturday." Because he knows. Hugh knows, too. He went up against Brent last year, and just think about it. The players still hadn't fully grasped the entire defense at the time that we played Auburn. And we still had enough to trick a veteran quarterback into throwing us a pick six. Jackson will tell you that when he was in their practice, every day he threw interceptions, multiple interceptions, going against Brent Venables' defense. Brent is famous for showing you one play or one formation before the snap, and then it morphs into a whole different defense after the snap. You can't predict it, and then now on top of that, he's added plays and wrinkles to his game. Last week against Temple, I kept pointing it out. He just kept showing blitz over here, 2-point conversion over here. All that is to make y'all have to prepare for something that you won't even get to see. He will not run those plays come Saturday. Those are not the plays you're going to see. Those plays there is something that Kent State will see, and that's it. It'll be a whole nother set of plays when we play Texas. It'll be a whole new batch against them. That's what I'm saying. So do your film study, because it's what you should do and prepare. But I mean, you're gonna be ass out. And Jackson knows this. Hugh knows this. The Auburn fans seem to not know this. That when you are messing with the creme de la creme when it comes to defensive coordinators. We keep trying to tell people this shit, but they think that we just talking and we just arrogant and we just, being cocky. Look, man, we are trying to tell you when it comes to defense, Jackson Arnold's little brain that couldn't even do anything last year other than turn the ball over for us. He's going to go out here and outplay Brent Venables, because that's what it's coming down to. No, don't stand a chance. Don't stand a chance. Your coach knows that he can't fuck with Brent. Jackson knows that Brent's finna eat his ass up. Like I said, Cam Coleman, Singleton, awesome ball players. They gonna get theirs. We not gonna shut Auburn out. But what we are gonna do is make them take a good, long, hard look at how far they gotta still come in this football game. Because I'm just telling you right now, the second that Jackson Arnold transferred to Auburn, that was an automatic win in my damn eyes. I don't give a damn how much we think that he improved. Right now, looking at the schedule, like I said, Tennessee, Alabama. It's the only two teams that got a chance to beat us. Everybody else, Missouri, Ole Miss, LSU, y'all coming here. So get ready to get y'all ass slapped. And I mean all three of y'all. People respecting this team over here for this and this. I still ain't seen it. Ole Miss, yeah, they got it popping right now. But once again, another team that we was slapping at halftime. You do that stuff this year. Oklahoma had to lead at halftime in most of their games last year. They didn't have any offense to close it out. We do now. So the question is, if you going against OU, can you keep up? Again, and you got that defense over there preventing you from keeping up. So good luck. Good luck with that shit, bro. So let's actually get into some of these matchups. Like I said, when you're looking at this, the OU's offense, Auburn's defense. For whatever reason, Auburn thinks that their defense is better than Michigan's defense, which is false. For one, even though this Michigan defense ain't as good as their defense last year, make no mistake about it, I think their defense is still at least equal to Auburn. Even if Auburn, you want to give them an eyelash advantage, take it then. If that's what it is, go ahead. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, very comparable defenses. So I don't want to hear that shit. Don't act like Auburn is us, because they not. Now, so let's give, when it comes to Auburn's defense against our offense, it might be a little more even out based off of some of the nicks and bruises on our offensive line. But make no mistake about it, no excuses here. Our offensive line should be enough to handle whatever Auburn's trying to present. And I know they got some little stats and some numbers. But look, man, early in the season, don't get wrapped up into that. I don't care that they lead the SEC in sacks. All it comes down to is, oh, well, this team over here had a weak-ass left tackle. Y'all got 4 sacks off of that guy. Matter of fact, speaking of that, we owe y'all, and especially when we play Ole Miss, because they stole some sacks last year that they didn't earn. But that's all right. We getting all that shit back with interest. But yeah, man. Nod, check mark. OU offense over Auburn defense. OU defense against Auburn offense. We done already talked about that. Y'all already know. I mean, it's okay to have hope and wishes and dreams. But in reality, anybody that knows football, and especially if you know anything about Jackson Arnold and Brent Venables, you know this is a massive, and I mean a big-ass chasm difference in advantage there. You know what I mean? You taking the best defensive mind in college football against I'm not even going to say anymore. And then, like you say, even when the head coach runs up and tries to protect him, head coach ain't going to do nothing but get his ass punked too. But anyway. So yeah. Oklahoma defense all day over Auburn offense. Special teams. I don't know what y'all got. Our kicker, I think he's good. We don't know what he's like in the clutch, but he's good. I mean, he'll knock in a 50, 52, 55 yarder. We seem to feel pretty comfortable with that. And that, by the way, that missed field goal last week, that wasn't him. That was the backup. So don't be getting too excited. Now, what I want to see from Oklahoma. So I just want them to come out and basically do exactly what they did against Michigan. And on top of that, this running game, I think we're gonna get the running game going. I think playtime is over. I think the coaches finally set it up to where it played out exactly how they wanted it to, which was Tory Blaylock at some point becoming RB1. When they realized that Jay Knott wasn't going to be him, they had to immediately shift to Tory Blaylock being number one. Javante Barnes, we love him. He's going to give you 100% effort. Dude is awesome blocker and all that, but he is not an RB1. His vision doesn't allow that. Tory Blaylock should have some success, man. I think that a lot of people think that, you can pass block, they can't run block. I'm just telling you, man, you about to see the real playbook. So it's going to be some concepts and some formations that's going to put those guys in a little bit better position to actually fire off instead of doing so much catching and not really being able to fire off the ball. But anyway, look for the running game to have some success. I think the bread and butter this week is going to be through the air, though, because like I said, that Auburn secondary is looking like they slacking back there. Like them boys need some milk. But they supposed to be good. If you let Auburn fans tell you, they'll tell you that they got the best defense in the SEC, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, from everything that I know, y'all got 1-2 players on the defensive line up front. Dudes in the back struggling. Linebackers got speed, but they tiny. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I highly doubt. And then with y'all's defensive coordinator, he ain't Brent Venables. He ain't Kirby Smart. So that already puts him behind 2. He ain't Mike Elko. Put him behind 3. Who else is a defensive genius in this damn league? Look, man. Auburn, man, y'all sound a whole lot like Okie State. I see it now. And y'all, I'm sure that y'all heard that we're like Alabama because we are Oklahoma State's big brother, just like Alabama's y'all's big brother. But guess what? We're Alabama's big brother until they beat us. Because right now, we whipped y'all and them. We own the state of Alabama as of this year for now. And we're going to continue to double down on that when we slap y'all come Saturday. So anyway, at the end of the day, man, I would say I want to see a good game, but I really don't. I mean, like I said, it's some grievances that need to be squared away and paid off. So yeah, that ass whooping needs to be appropriate. Now, after this game is over, like I said, I still love Jackson. He cost us some games last year, but I was riding with him, man, through all those ass whoopings. I was riding right there with him. But yeah, I don't like the little narrative that he didn't get a first shake. Cause Michael Hawkins, like I said, was a true freshman. He didn't come in and do a whole lot better. But at the end of the day, he didn't cry about it. He didn't whine about it. His body language never slouched. He never did any of that stuff. You know what I mean? And Jackson, even though he didn't go out in the media and show his natural ass, he clearly was over there pouting like a little hoe. And that ain't appreciated. Get that bitch stuff out of here, man. But, at the end of the day, I think it just came down to when you come here to Oklahoma to play quarterback, it is a pressure cooker. If you are not mentally tough and able to handle said pressure, do not bring your fragile ass here to play quarterback. Save everyone the time and the effort and go to a place that you can have 2 or 3 bad games and still be okay. Here, you have a bad game, we're going to look at you sideways. You have 2 bad games, that's pretty much your ass, at that point. If you got some potential, we might try to fight for you. But, I mean, look, man. Spencer Rattler had to face some of that same thing. Came in, highly touted, seen flashes just like we did with Jackson. Because I'm telling you, in that bowl game, we thought we was going to have one of the best quarterbacks in the country, period. I still remember the throw that he threw to Nick Anderson with the little slide over there in the end zone. That shit was magnanimous. But I'm telling you, bro, the pressure was too much. Spencer couldn't perform, got his ass benched. Caleb Williams. Caleb invites the pressure. John Mateer invites the pressure. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. These are dudes that did not care about pressure. Jackson Arnold, Spencer Rattler, soft-minded individuals. I think probably the only soft-minded individual that's played quarterback at the University of Oklahoma that succeeded was Landry Jones. Other than that, if you were soft-minded, you only got to play because of injury or because we didn't have any better. And when we did, your ass got it replaced immediately. But yeah, you got to be a dog to quarterback here at Oklahoma. I don't know how it is over there at some of these other schools because, like you say, the pressure ain't quite as intense. They don't expect to win every damn game like we do, regardless of situation. So at the end of the day, when you're looking at this game, we've all seen 30,000 podcasts by now, so many previews, and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to, can Jackson Arnold handle what Brent Venables is finna try to feed him? My answer to that is going to be no. Now, if Jackson Arnold goes out here, like I said, and all of a sudden he woke up Saturday morning with a moment of fucking clarity, and all of a sudden he's just on one, he can see the future, then hey, y'all got a shot. And that's only if all of that happens. Because even if all that happens, that only puts you back to square. That only puts you back to even. Because you automatically are at a deficit before you even step on that field. And that's what we keep trying to tell you. Even though you don't realize that, like I said, your coach and your quarterback, they know what time it is. And they know that this fool is going to have to go out here and play a perfect outer body damn game. One for the damn ages. One that'll put him behind Cam Newton, even in front of Nick Marshall and all those kind of fools in Auburn history lore, if he can pull this off. But I'm here to tell you, bro, unless that dude had a brain transplant, it ain't happening. And like I said, and that's with love. You see how bad I'm going to talk about Arch Manning before we play Texas. That's when we'll get ugly with it. But until then, Jackson, we love you, but you got to take this ass whooping, bro. We'll hug on you afterwards. Auburn, we don't really have a lot of history with y'all. As long as y'all realize that, hey, y'all don't want none of this smoke. So other than that, I'm out of this bitch. Peace.